Hello everybody, welcome back to me with another brand new video, and I'm back here again to discuss the latest development in Jujutsu Kaisen story. With the previous chapter, the chapter opens with the fushiguro noticing a star and the word Arcross written on his rabbits. He also sees Garcross written on the door. Fushiguro asks Panda to check his body and he finds that Imai marking and the fushiguro has Arcross mark on his body. Fushiguro learns that Kirara is using the South Cross constellation for his cross technique as a motif. He thanks Sumiki for telling him about this cross technique. In the chapter, it's revealed that practitioner of this cross technique can mark cursed energy with the name of the star. In order to approach a marked body, they need to follow the same order as the distance the stars are from the earth. The markings are in order: Imai, Arcrox, Mimosa, Jira and Garcrox. Kirara is a Jinan and the rock on the floor is Mimosa. The order is based on the depth of the stars. The chapter explains that the star may appear 2 dimensions on the floor, but in the reality they are 3 dimensions. So Fushiguro, who has Arcross attached on his body, must go through the Mimosa and Jinan to reach the door of the monitor room, which has a Garcross attached to it. Fushiguro is grateful to Sumiki as he is able to crack this cross technique and wins the battle against Kirara. He goes on immobilizing Kirara. Fushiguro uses his divine dog to get on Kirara's back. He also reveals he never dispelled the divine dog but only held it against the wall that was between them. But before progressing to the review, if you are still watching and enjoying it, know this: I love you all and appreciate you guys. Please be advised that this video will contain Jujutsu Kaisen manga spoiler. Please proceed with caution and you have been warned. So without any further delay, let's jump to the review. So this chapter begins with the Kirara knocked to the ground by Megumi that figured out how to deal with the Kirara star constellation curse technique, which was called Love Rendezvous, which is a curse technique that a lot of people were still confused with. But if you need a proper understanding, please comment in the section down below and I'll make that video with a full explain of her power. Now Kirara asks Megumi how was he even able to figure out the curse technique, and he explained that the one with the high curse energy attracts the other, which we know that her star constellation technique attracts those who are marked by the same star. However, he found that loophole in the Kirara's curse technique which allowed him to make the divine dog pull towards him when he guarded Kirara's attack. And I have to say it guys, Gege is really showing how much of the beast Megumi is. Always thinking 2 steps away of his opponent, and beside his curse technique, that is the thing what's going to make him stand out when he's fighting other Jujutsu sorcerers in the battles. Now after this, he did get off Kirara and once again asked Kirara to listen to what we have to say, showing that he really not here to fight and he needs Kirara to listen. And Kirara eventually listens because she understands that in the situation that they are in, they are really desperate. And for the Megumi part to make Kirara listen to them is complete, but for the Yūji it will be tough, which is shown in this chapter. We see Yūji flying out of the room in the middle of the conversation that Megumi and Kirara was having. You can tell from Yūji's face that he is pretty beaten up badly from Hakari. And based off Hakari's face in comparison to Yūji's, Hakari seemed like he really hasn't been touched this entire fight since the headbutt. However, Gege really showed and demonstrated that physical aspect of Hakari. Once he hits you, even without using a curse technique, it is still going to hurt. Now we see that Megumi and Panda, they are get worried about Yūji. They are ready to join in to help him, but Yūji tells them to stay back, don't join the fight. However, Hakari feels like Yūji is disrespecting him, saying that don't disrespect me, and punches him with a hard blow straight into the Yūji's face. Once Hakari does this, everybody start to notice that Yūji is not defending himself. He is not openly saying it, but he is refusing to fight, and getting punched like that so hard, he was able to stand right back up. However, Hakari is so surprised that Yūji stood after that, calling him insane, which is very insane to be talking. That kind of damage and the punch, and to be still standing up, Hakari is stunned and yet amazed by the Yūji's durability. Hakari then says, interesting, I'm willing to listen whatever you have to say for as long as you remain standing, which is very brutal. This guy is something else because we then start to see him covering his body with the curse energy, which is going to make his punches more impactful and it's going to be harder for Yūji to keep standing. And the Kirara tells him that the kids want your help, you need to listen to them, hear them out. And he replies back saying that yes, I'm going to listen to them. I just said that. However, they are so confused because he is still trying to punch Yūji. But this is also his way to see how serious Yūji is if he can still remain standing by getting those punches in the face so many times. However, he asks Yūji, why even come to me? This is the first time we ever meet. What do you need from me? Yūji responds saying that the upper class has informed me that you are the strong, and he punches Yūji with the uppercut saying yes, that's what I thought, because the answer that Yūji gave him was not good enough. Hakari is trying to find Yuji's purpose and his resolve of why he is even there to begin with. Now for Yūji, after getting rid of Hakari's punches again, he talks about despite the impact of those punches, they are extremely painful. It feels like I'm getting hit with the baseball back with the razor blades on it. We find out that why Hakari was so pissed by the answer that Yūji gave him when he punches him in the face. And he explains that when you ask a sorcerer for help, you're pretty much saying, can you please put your life on the line for me? Can you risk your life? You need to convey a favor worthy for me to risk my life. But instead, you came here because you were told to. What is old man Yaga doing these days? However, Yūji explained to Hakari that he doesn't have a fever. He is a cog for Jujutsu sorcerer to continue to exercise curses. When Hakari hears this, he's like, are you serious? This is so boring. And he punches Yūji's head again. And this time, this is by far the hardest punch he has thrown the entire fight, to the point where Hakari questioned did he kill him. Hakari also brought up Gojo this chapter, saying that Gojo told him that his cursed power are even more rougher than other people's. Now Hakari, he thinks that Yūji is down for the count, but Yūji is standing upright behind him and Hakari is extremely startled by out of this. And Yūji once again explained that he is a cog, and cog's role is to keep the wheels going on, and that job is to exercise curses, nothing more. And if your help is needed to do that, then I will follow you everywhere until you say yes. And Hakari at this point, he sees the true resolve on Yūji. Hakari sees the fever that he has been seeking from Yūji in his eyes, and also Hakari mentions to the Yūji before the fight that he loves people with passion. Kirara screams at him and says that, hey, aren't you getting a little heated? And he finally admits to it. He knows that he cannot turn down Yūji at this point, and he finally agrees to hear him them out. Now at the end of this chapter, Kirara mentioned that they both hate the higher ups. However, back at the school, Hakari's fever was at its peak when he is helping people in the school. So when it comes to helping, he truly excels, because even Yuta mentioned that when Hakari is serious, he's probably stronger than me. And that was the end of this chapter. What do you guys think about this latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen and the review? Please let me know in the comment section down below, which will for sure help me in the future uploads. So that is it for this chapter. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you like our anime theory and reviews and you want us to keep it going, just leave a like and comment, which will for sure help in the channel's algorithm. And if you guys are new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, make this the video that is subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn all notification. We just upload every day and we'd love to have you in our conversation. If there are any specific topics you are burning up to see, let me know in the comments, and while you wait for me to make that video, feel free to check out my growing playlist. Thanks again, and until next time, peace.